13 laps to go in the second segment of the Winston. There are 3 segments, and in this one, of the 20 who started, only 10 will advance. So right now, Ricky Rudd, Kevin Harvick, Joe Nemechek, Michael Waltrip, Terry Labonte, Tony Stewart, and Jeff Gordon are at risk. Let's listen in on Dale Jr.
I don't know what they're going to do at the end of this segment. They traditionally invert as many as they can. That could be as many as 10. I don't know. I know you want to charge up to the front, but you know what I mean for the last segment. Well, the wind tide is just a pot luck, you know. So might as well just run as hard as you can run, not get run over.
I agree. I mean, you can't try to play the odds. You can't do it. You get yourself caught in a situation there and get taken out, it won't make any difference.
Yeah, and what happens if you're back there running 8th or 9th and you get loose or something, you fall back to 12th,
yeah.
You're going to be on the trailer.
No, sir. You go out there, you win every segment if you can.
Absolutely.
The fans get to vote to invert the first 4, the first 6, the first 8, or all 10 drivers who transfer to the final segment. They've been voting for weeks on NASCAR.com. I'll be amazed. I've been amazed once tonight. Frankie Stoddard did that.
Yeah.
I'll be amazed again if they don't vote to invert 10, because they always have.
Well, history tells us that they will invert 10. Of course, there's one other thing that history tells us. We don't learn from history.
You're right. Matt and Jeff Gordon's pin.
And I think one other amazing thing, I don't think I've ever seen a squeegee go like that. I'll tell you what, Tony, we've seen a lot of things in this race, but never that.
Yeah, I felt terrible. Just broke right off the end. I tried to reach out there and hit it with the pole, but I couldn't reach it. And you know, I tried to knock it off the hood, but I couldn't reach it. So some strange stuff happens. I guess that's Winston. That's the night of the Winston.
That's the Winston, Mike.
There is Jeff Gordon's view of the entire field. He will restart 17th. And we're going green this time.
Well, we've seen kind of bad luck work out to be in Jimmy Johnson's favor tonight. It could work out for Jeff Gordon. You just don't know. He's back there. Something happens. He may be in a place where he can miss all of it.
They'll have 11 laps to go when they come back to the green flag.
And I'm telling you, history tells me something else might happen.
Good chance.
Now, after Gordon's pit stop, that moves Bobby Labonte up to the bubble, the 10th and final transfer spot into the final segment, segment 3. So it's Jimmy Johnson, Bill Elliott, Chevy and Dodge on the front row, Earnhardt Jr. and Craven, Kenseth and Busch, Newman and Mayfield, the 2 transfer drivers from the Open and the No Bull Sprint, Robbie Gordon and Bobby Labonte in 10th.
And all 7 cars behind Bobby Labonte has a little fresher tires. They either pitted on that lap 28 or 29 or lap 53 here.
Well, the outside lane has had trouble getting going all night long, so we'll see what happens here.
All right, let's get it. 11 laps to go in segment 2. Here we go.
Here they come. Jimmy got a great jump. Man, that thing shot out of there.
Every restart, he's been getting a good start.
Junior's got a run on Bill Elliott, but he can't get the nose down under him. Woo. He wanted to.
Oh, it's close.
He had a run on him, but he just couldn't quite make the pass.
Robbie Gordon on the bubble.
Let me tell you, when that old Dodge gets up on the straightaway, she gets some legs under her.
Robbie Gordon on the bubble. Harvick 1 spot away. Waltrip 2 spots away.
I tell you, Jeff Gordon back there in that 24 car, he's on the move. He's already passed 3 cars already in 1 lap.
Boy, that 48 car, is that not amazing?
Clear, all clear.
Gordon's going to have to pass 4 more or he's going home.
Clear.
Oh, trouble. Here we go. Big. Are they going to save him? Son of a gun, I believe they saved
Yes, they did. No caution. We stayed green.
That was Jeremy and is that Bobby Labonte?
They're coming off the, oh man, there's 4 wide off the corner. You can't do that.
Both those cars coming to pit road. Look at these guys, 3 wide, 3 by 3 almost.
There you go. You can't do this. I know you can't do that.
It's time to go or go home.
Boy,
The bubble car now is Michael Waltrip, 15. Ricky Rudd, 1 spot away. Yeah, hello.
boy, what a battle. Is it not a battle for that 10th spot? Let me know if anything happens up front, y'all.
8 laps to go. Right now, the front 7, they're kind of single file.
Tony Stewart moves to the bubble, displacing Michael Waltrip.
Boy, I tell you, Stewart did a great job. You know, he got all tangled up over there, lost a lot of time, a lot of momentum, but he really pulled it back together. And now he's sitting there in the transfer spot.
Behind him, quite a group back there.
Bobby Labonte
6
just went
cars.
to the garage area. Jeremy Mayfield's still sitting on pit road, so their day is pretty much over.
Boy, I tell you, they did a whale of a job to keep from wrecking a whole bunch of cars back there then.
Behind Stewart, Waltrip, Gordon, Rudd, Terry Labonte, and Nemechek.
Well, Dale Jr. just about got into the back of Bill Elliott down in turn 1. He had to check up. Cost him a lot of space, a lot of distance, but he's charging back.
Only side-by-side battle right now. Jeff Gordon, Michael Waltrip going off into turn 3. Ricky Rudd right behind these guys. But right now, Tony Stewart, he's in the 10th position. These guys fighting for 11th.
Yep, you got an 8-car rocking chair behind Jimmy Johnson, and then that 10th place battle where Stewart's trying to leg it out and create some distance.
Right now, we have one of the Hendrick cars leading the race. We have the other 3 that's not even up to the transfer spot right now. Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Joe Nemechek in the 25.
Really surprised that Jeff Gordon couldn't do anything with those 4 fresh tires. I thought he'd really be strong coming back up through there, but he just can't make it.
5 laps to go in segment 2. And Tony Stewart is moving away as Gordon tries to work his way under Michael Waltrip. Nothing there.
Boy, he's all over the back of him, though. If he slips, Michael just better not look back.
But meanwhile, Tony Stewart's getting further and further away, and that's the 10th place car. That's what counts.
He is all over the back of Michael. He said, come on, man, you holding me up. Michael said, no, I'm not. If you want to get around me, pass me.
4 laps to go this time.
Here he goes.
You want it? You got it.
Outside.
Here comes Michael right back after him.
Gets that run on the high side.
Well, you know, when they're trying to get to 10th spot, I'm sure Jeff is thinking, you know, Michael, you let me go, I might be able to get to 10th.
But right now, back there running side by side, they're not accomplishing a thing.
Nope. Not a good move.
But you can't give up, Darrell. One of those 10 cars in front could have a problem.
Oh, yeah. Not a good move at this time. Might turn out to be brilliant.
Right. We've seen a few of those tonight.
This is the kind of, the Winston is the kind of race that you're second guessing all night long.
Boy, Jeff Gordon on the high side through turn 4, he gets a heck of a run down the front straightaway. He's going to take the position now with his sights set on Tony Stewart, but there's only 3 laps to go, Mike.
Now, if he gets up there, if Jeff Gordon chases Stewart down, which I don't think he will.
That's a distance right there.
Jimmy Johnson just sitting out here with these guys behind him.
And what happened, Jeff Gordon drove it way down into turn 3. Car really washed up. He even lost more ground.
Earnhardt Jr. for second.
Just went around
They
Elliott.
have 1 spot.
Takes it away. That'll just start him deeper in the field for the final segment, but that's okay.
They might invert 8.
Run hard. Stay out of traffic.
I like his
Stay out of
philosophy,
trouble.
though. Just run up there and run as hard as you can. Let the chips fall where they may.
I'm telling you, Darrell, though, that 48 car you talked about a minute ago, Jimmy Johnson, he is right around the bottom of that racetrack.
That car never moves.
Brand new race car. It was a bare chassis 2 weeks ago when these guys decided to build it and bring it out here untested.
And that says a lot to me because we made a big deal out of it being Jeff Gordon's old cars all year long.
Yeah.
That's a brand new one there, boys. Ooh, Junebug got a little loose over there.
Last lap. Jimmy Johnson's going to win this. Junior second. Elliott third. Craven fourth. Fifth is Kenseth. Sixth, Kurt Busch. Seventh, Ryan Newman. Eighth, Kevin Harvick. Ninth, Robbie Gordon. And the last man standing, Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart with a Band-Aid on the right headlight door. Hendrick car wins it. The other 3 Hendricks cars load up and go to the house.
A little hard to believe. Jeff Gordon, last year's winner.
Awesome job. Awesome job.
That's the second set. It's 2 segments he's won.
Right.
If he wins the next segment, you know how much money that cat's going to tote out of here tonight?
$850,000.
$950,000.
$950,000.
I think it's $950,000 if he wins.
A lot of money. Now,
Is that close to $1 million?
that's pretty close. Another 10-minute break, another timeout. We'll be waiting on how many cars they're going to invert here, and we have a pretty good feeling it will be 10.
Again, I'll be surprised if it's not. You know, if you go to the short tracks around a lot of America, the feature starts inverted. The fast guys have to come from the back every week. That's really exciting racing, and a lot of the fans of those tracks are the folks who vote for the Winston.
Now, if you finished 11th and all back, are you going to get up on your truck and watch this final 20 laps? Or are you going to get out of here?
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I wouldn't go home.
Pace car will lead the field down pit road. And we'll be back to set it up for the final shootout in Stock Car Racing's All-Star Evening. Marvelous night here in Charlotte.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes.
Marvelous night for racing around the Speedway. Not one of those full moon Saturday nights, but boy, it sure acted like it. Let's get down to Dick Bergeron.
In the weirdest of all nights here at the Winston, Jeff Gordon, last year's winner, has failed to qualify. What's happening?
It's pretty disappointing, to come up one position shy of making it, but and we were really in good shape because I think they're going to invert 8 or 10 in this deal. We were looking pretty good. That wasn't my strategy though, but it's our own fault. We had a dumb problem happen in the pits. It's kind of been the way our luck's gone this year, and then I got hung up with Michael Waltrip. He and I just got racing so hard that, and he ran me everywhere but in the infield to keep from getting by him. So, but hey, we're all racing hard out there to get to that 10th spot, and I certainly had the car capable of doing it, but it doesn't matter. We didn't do it.
What do you figure on this last 10 laps? What's it going to be like?
Well, I think whoever's really on the first couple rows really are in the catbird seat. Does seem like clean air still makes a big difference, and that restart, everybody spin their tires so bad on the restarts, so getting a good restart is important. But I'll tell you one thing, it's certainly exciting out there. I had my hands full on numerous occasions, and I saw sparks flying and smoke flying, and I was having fun. I just didn't have any fun there those last few laps when we didn't make that top 10.
All right, we'll see you next week in the 600. Mike?
All right, Dick, we're going to go down to Victory Lane. Now, the race is not over, but we're going to find out the balloting to invert how many cars. Here's Martina McBride.
It's all about fan participation, and tonight the fans have helped decide how this NASCAR's All-Star event is going to go. 500,000 voters voted on NASCAR.com, and the results are a total of 10 cars will be inverted for the final 20 laps.
Thanks, Martina. Big surprise, Darrell. Half the voters said invert them all.
Oh, yeah, well, that's no big surprise,
Yeah,
I don't
surprise, surprise, surprise.
think. Jimmy Johnson is probably down there wondering what he's got to do to pass all those cars, but he's had a car fast enough to do it. But now you got to be careful. This is no time to do anything real dumb.
A final note, you got to admire Jeff Gordon to climb out of that car with a smile on his face. He's not used to being in that position.
I don't know when there's been a Winston he hadn't been in for quite some time, and right there at the front as well. Matt, how you doing?
Well, DW, he's not going to win tonight, but he may be a winning car owner later tonight. And Jimmy Johnson, are you protesting the inversion?
Of course I'm gonna. They should have drawn no inversion. It's just how it is. You knew it was coming. If I was sitting in the grandstands, I'd choose the same thing. You want to see the best race possible. Just real happy and proud of Chad and these guys making the right adjustments on this car. We got lucky there in that first segment. Earn this win on the second one, and hopefully we can get through this field and get up front and take home the big check.
Now, that car was great in clean air, but how's it going to be back in traffic? Can you get to the front?
That's the thing. If it was probably a 40-lap run, you could have some patience and play with traffic right. But it's going to take some mistakes from some guys to get bottled up and get some runs on them. It's going to be tough, but we're going to try as hard as we can.
Brand new race car looking for the big money. They've already made a lot so far, Mike.
Well, it's the kind of night that it's been, Matt. The first driver to have trouble in this race was Jimmy Johnson. He had to come and make a pit stop after kind of creeping down the backstretch, but then when the caution came out, it put him in the catbird seat. And there he is, advancing to segment 3, along with Earnhardt Jr., Elliott, Craven, the pole sitter Kenza, Busch, Newman, Harvick, Robbie Gordon. All advance, and Tony Stewart. And here are the fellows who will be watching from the top of the hauler.
I see a bad moon arising. You might think it's a good night for moon, but I see a bad moon arising.